connecting. Right, my car just got very dark now, but that's all right. I can still see some lights here. Good. Yeah, so welcome everyone to ASEA. My name is David. I am ASEA Triple Diamond executive. I've been doing ASEA business since November 2016, and I was being Triple Diamond from 2017. It has been an extraordinary journey from that day onwards, and this business has helped, my family. The products helped my personal life and helped my father-in-law. So in the next 30 minutes, we're going to go through some of the product knowledge and where the ASEA has come from. So today that we know ASEA is, before we start, I want to apologize. My presentation is actually bilingual because I do a lot of Chinese presentation. And before we start, we just want to go through some of very fun fact that, one of the most enduring questions, how life have begun on Earth, molecules that can make copies of themselves. And I didn't really know this until really after I was doing ASEA, I started looking into the things and realized the cell can actually talk to each other about the self, and the everything in life, everything that has life, actually from humans to plants to animal and to birds, actually from one single cell, and they multiply. So this is a very interesting fact, and the cell, especially in this one, the cell do talk to each other. Like, for example, it releases hormonal insulin to tell other cells in the body to remove glucose from the blood, just as a person needs ears as much as a mouth to have a conversation. So the cell do talk to each other. This is being scientifically approved. So I'm not here. I'm not in a position can teach you science. I'm not science, and I'm not even a doctor. But this is all being proved by the science and the doctors. So what is ASEA? So ASEA, we call it a cellular health. It is a company which make this great product that is being certified by a lot of companies. Even this on this one is the on the picture on the left side is ASEA, the new office. The one in the middle is the factory, and on the right side is being there's FDA certified factories, and there's the product is NSF approved. So there's validation in this product. So let's see what the professional have to say. I think that's really, really important to see what the professional to say about, because I'm not, maybe it is your first time on this presentation. Maybe you have been on this presentation many times, but no matter how many times we doing this, but the doctors always have authorities and on these kind of things. That's why we put, like, Dr. David Silverman has said, if it was a drug, it will be deemed to be the greatest drug of all time. I think this is a very big statement, and this is very, very strong statements as well to share with people that, to tell you that this is something that even the doctors haven't, seen before. And I just want to specially introduce this Dr. Gary Samuelson. He's an atomic physicist. There's only 5 doctors in the United States that has the double degree as atomic physics. So he's pretty much studied everything on the cellular levels and medical. So he's actually our there's a medical doctor as well. So what he said is all disease can be linked back to our cells. And if you think about it, that's actually really true, because our life began with one single cell. As we all know, that we all come from our father's sperm as just one single cell, and they combine with our mother's egg, and it's produced, then the cells start multiplying. And what interests me after I start doing ASEA is, like, what determine your eyes will look your eyes, and your mouth, your body look at your bodies, and this, there's something that obviously the cell are talking. If they're not talking, so they will miscommunicate each other. There'll be a big chaos in your body. So everything has a system in our body. They talk to each other, and this is something that I recently added into my presentation. This is issued on the 3rd of April 2019, so it's right this year, and it's issued on the Forbes website. So I don't know if you guys know Forbes. Forbes is for top 100 and top 500 fortunes. So they are the absolute authority on the wealthy people, the companies they run, and the CEOs. So they issue magazines, I think, monthly, and they have they have a list of these billionaires in their lives and what they do, what's the trend for the new business. And just 2 months ago, they actually put on their official website. It says, there's 10. If you can see on the right side, 7 superfood. All right, that's going to boost their brain power. And on the 4th one, it says supplement. And within the supplement, you can see here it says liquid nutrient supplements. Right, this is really something that very, very new, and they, and what I really proud of was it wasn't. Sorry, just let me go back. Every time I click, it wasn't just saying, the liquid nutrient supplements. It actually says redox single molecules, and if you actually touch on the redox single molecules, you actually click right into our company's official website. This is something that you can all go on and have a look. It is absolutely, I love to show this to other new associates. And, I often say to people, if the richest people on this planet suggest you drinking these, then I think we all should be safe to drink these. It must be very good for us. So as we know, the cell are actually, there's a system, there's organs, there's tissues, there's cells. Before 2000, those decades before 2000 millennium, and we only get to the cells because we hardly have that technology to get into redox signaling molecules. And only after 2000, and the doctors and the scientists study what is actually redox signaling molecules, and how does cell talk to each other? How does keep ours safe? How does detect and protect, replace and repair ourselves? It's, as I said, our bodies, the system is a giant. It's a very complex system, and everything works within that and needs to talk to each other. And we all live and die at the cellular levels. So obviously when our cells are healthy, we are healthy because this is the foundation of our health. So so we are not intent to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition in this presentation. So we are not a medicine. So what actually we are. So before I'm going to explain to everybody what redox ASEA is, we need to find out what redox molecules and ASEA are not. So I don't know. So we're from Australia. If you go to a chemist, we call a chemist chemist store. So it's like a drugstore. In America, they call it drugstore. So if you go in there, and you can actually, everything on the shelf these days, you will see there's vitamins, minerals, antioxidant, juice, alkaline waters being very popular for the past 10 years in the health world. So everything on the shelf, maybe 99% is one of those. So redox singular molecule are actually not one of those. And this is very, very kind of hit me when I first time heard this. I was like, wow, this is not something that I've heard every day. You might hear vitamins, minerals, and juice every day, but you don't hear redox molecules every day. So, so what ASEA really is, so ASEA has developed a technology that can create and stabilize. I want to emphasize this stabilize. Stabilize is so important because I know there's part of the there's a lot of scientists, maybe there's a lot of, I know that in Asia, there's some other hospitals, doctors, they are studying redox now. They can create the redox molecules, but they cannot stabilize. Stabilize the active redoxing molecule is very, very hard. And ASEA spent decades of work on this before we actually becoming ASEA. So this is, this is something that companies background, which you can all have learned about later on. So we are absolutely category breaker. So this is number one. We are the only one and the number one in the cellular health market. So what happens is the ASEA's patent 3 steps process. So it's just pure soil and water found exactly like in your cell, and it took them 3 days. The factory we saw before in the previous photo, it took them 3 days to break the atoms down and put them back into the basic structures like in your cell, and put them back and stabilize in the bottle for 15 months. That's where you see the redox, ASEA redox is now in the blue bottle. So it takes 3 days process and to do that. So with redox, it's one thing that I want to share with everybody is this is only one of these nutritions that we talk about on the market. Is they actually comes with your body. So we're not putting something new into your body. The redox molecules comes from your cell. It comes with your birth. It is already in your cell since your birth. So it's not something new, and it got abundance of them. You got so many of them when you were baby, and once you start growing, and it decreases 10% every year. So we often think that when we are in the teenager, we are the most healthy status, but we're actually not. Just think about that, because we are thinking that when we're 20, we are more active, we can run faster. But if you have a kids, like my daughter is 7 now, and every time she knocks herself or bleeds and she has a cut, she hardly leave any scars on herself. But which is my son, it used to be like that. But now my son, Oscar, he is 12. Every time now he cuts himself in the school, when he heals, it actually it leaves a scar, very light one. And as we aging them on, when you get to my age, 43, I'll leave a scar very, very deep, very the scar will be there permanently, and it's very obvious scar now. Some of if you break your hand, if you break your joint and twist your hand, like at 70, you hardly to recover. Why we can't recover anymore is because our cells are no longer active anymore. So why our cells are no longer active anymore brings the same question, why we need redox. Okay, I'm showing you all these pictures. Okay, this is like the sun. So it constantly, the UV were killing. UV is one of the biggest killer for your redox. Okay, pollutions, stress. Now we all know stress is very, very, stress can break your hormone balance, and you can break your body balance. So stress is very big on hitting your redox. The industrial pollutions we have, and this is natural. The one in the middle is the natural kind of aging. So nobody can really escape that one. Then we have this genetic modified organism, which is very popular these days, especially, I don't know about in America or other world, but like places in China, Taiwan, and Hong Kong in Asia, they're very, very big on genetic modified organism. The food is all being genetic modified. It brings a lot of stress on your cell. It will bring your cell, it will mess up your cell communication. Therefore, your cell will start communicate randomly, and the cell, the DNA expression will start go wrong, and this is where we get all kind of diseases we're having. So this is the last photo you see. This is everything that we're having: fast food, diet, smokes, cigarettes, drinking, and stress, and late night. That brings our redox down faster than ever. So what does actually redox do in our body? So they very simple. There's just 2 jobs. They only do 2 jobs. One is reduction, one is oxidation. So one we call activator. So it activates the message, carries this message to your cell to activate the antioxidant. Okay, the other one is called communicator. So what does other particles do? They do is they actually running around and telling your responsible for the proper cell communication. So it brings your immune system in the optimus level to keep you protect yourself from all these kind of disease and bacterial infection stuff. So it only does two jobs, and fortunately, these two jobs are the most important job for your health. So this is. The name comes in the meaning already. Cell signaling supplement, redox signaling. So it's cell signaling. So obviously, what does do? It sends signal through your body. So the picture on the right side, it's a picture that it looks exactly like in your cell. It's all those little molecules are surrounding by redox signaling molecules, and that bunch of salt water is sending out signals to your other cells to let them communicate. It is very simple name. So again, two jobs: immune system and carry almost active 500% activates more 500% extra antioxidant in your body. Just imagine that. You don't need to eat a bunch of those antioxidant. I mean, you can just eat your normal blueberries, raspberries, apples, and drinking a sea. It boosts up more. It tells your cell to grab more antioxidant to produce more. So a lot of people ask me, why this water is actually like a miracle water. People like say, why, if you see on the Facebook, why they can use everywhere, hair and nails even. I often ask them, which part of body doesn't have cell? Okay, which part of body doesn't have cell? Your nail, your nail has cell. Your single hair that has cell in it. So everything that comes on your body by birth has a cell in it. When there's a cell in it, a seer can help. So also, if we look at the business, all the health kind of aspect, then we need to see this is very important. If I want to do a business, or if I want to drink this supplement, I want to see how many people are drinking at the same time, or I want to see how many people are actually study this science. And fortunately, redox molecules are one of the fastest growing for the past decade, 2 decades almost now. It is over 16,000 peer reviews to publish. If you want, some of like PubMed.org is one of the official medic publicity website in America, and you can see this. If you type in redox, you'll be amazed how many peer reviews is there. And peer reviews is very important. We don't take Google. Google people tend to Google search everything now, but I think people need to know that Google is not it's not something that scientifically people can just randomly putting things up there. People like you and me, and I don't. If I go to a restaurant, if I'm not happy with somebody, I write a bad review, and this is what Google is about. But if you go to those websites like PubMed.com, PubMed.gov, and these are the official kind of medical website. This is where you want to go check. Again, there's dozens of Nobel Prize winners has won the prize because the cellular communication, including 2011, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, and the one in the middle are those three doctors. They won the Nobel Prize because the redox signaling molecules. You can also find that on the website. I want especially bring this doctor, James Watson. Why? Because he is the father of the DNA. So he's the guy actually discovered the DNA, and he's the guy mapped the DNA, and he's the guy giving all those DNA code to each country. So countries like China, Americas, Europe countries can decode these DNAs. So what he said is, I'm sorry, it's in Chinese again, but there's a very English on the left side. It's type 2 diabetes as a redox disease. He said that he's more excited to discover redox than discovering the DNA. So this is very big. Some of the doctor says, redoxdoctor.com is a very good website. You can see all this oxidative stress will bring, you will harm your body, it will bring rust in your body, and what inflammatory or stress will cause in your body as well. So yeah, go have a look on those websites. So we just had a breakthrough. Stabilize again. I'll keep using the stabilize. Stabilize is really important because something in that bottle you can actually drink, allows you to drink for 15 months. I got a small bottle here. There you go. I carry my small bottles here with me. Stabilize for 15 months down there, and it's very hard job to do that. I'm just gonna fast forward this page. So we got two products, very easy. One is inside out, one is outside in. So the inside out is the soft pack, and the hard pack is the soft pack is only in American, US market, where the bottle ones worldwide. And the outside in is Renew, and there's a serum, and there's a moisture cream which locks in the redox molecules, and this face wash. Brilliant product. There's only 3 products that contains redox. Is the ASEA and the Renew and the serum. Serum is very good for the wrinkles, and if you got hair loose, I apply my the serum on my head all the time because I think when you get to age 45 above, you start kind of losing a little bit of hair. So I'm just going to test this on myself. And it's all being certified by Bioanalytics Laboratories. This is one of the biggest medical certified laboratories. So again, Renew is very, very simple. It's so simple. It has 4 ingredients, and 2 is becoming a redox single molecule, water and sodium chloride. So people always think, why there's only water and sodium chloride? And isn't that just salt water? It's actually not, because you got to take the certain particle out, the atom out of salt and the water to becoming a redox single molecule. That's why they put the ingredient. It is water and the sodium chloride. It's like making cake. You can't just say a cake is made of maybe a flour or something like that, but and you can't just and the cake and the flour is completely different things. It's one's after product, so it makes you have to produce it and and to bake it to becoming cake. So it is very, very different concept. And this is almost, you can see on my right side is Renew 28 shows 16% faster skin renewal rate, and this is amazing. 16% faster. I mean, imagine the typical skincare, some people say, you put something on, it might make your skin smooth within like a week, but those are, if you look at the ingredients, there's a lot of heavy metals stuff in there, and it press all those, maybe your dark spot, whatever, back into your skin. And with this is actually genuinely just let your cell to help your cell communicate and let your cell to repair itself. And this is a very, very big, fundamental difference. Now, typical is 28 to 42 days, and with Renew can shrink down to 24 and 36 days. And you can see on the image on the right side, and 16%. And the blood flow is 4 days. 4 days is 50% increase. Blood flow is really, really important. Why blood flow is really important is because when we're young, we can run a lot, and the with the blood circulation, everything, and we don't catch, we can catch up breath really easy. Why? Because it carries oxygens. It has oxygens inside, and your blood flow is so fast. And we're getting older and older. We're lacking of redox molecules, and our blood's getting thicker and dirtier and slower. So the blood flow gets slower and carries less oxygen. That's why our health start having problem. You can see there's 4 days increase on blood flow. And some of the photos of the ASEA users. The skins, the hairs, again, you can, everywhere when you have cell, you can use that. Again, there's validated by a couple of the laboratories, non-toxic, safe for the whole family. And it is very important to me if you have a kids, I think it's very important that you have it is 100% for safe. And if you see this photo coming up, this is actually my daughter. Her name is Giselle, and back in March, she knocked herself badly fell off on the stairs, and her lip got very, very swollen. We put a lot of Renew and get her to swallow ASEA. That's AM in the morning. The photo down there is 3 p.m. So it's dropped. You can see it's significantly healed so quick. And by 7 p.m. it's almost healed. And from AM, it's less than 12 hours. It's amazing. Yeah, and wrinkles like that. Yeah, so there's another few before and after photos. This doctor used half of the face. You can see it is very different. Yeah, look a lot younger. This boy has been using ASEA and drinking ASEA and using Renews for 4 weeks. And you can see he had some muscle coordination problems. And now you can see it's very, very, very different. Yeah. Some skin problem again here. This is something that this is something that are very new. I put in my slides. So in 2019 April, we my team Richard Lee and my plan Richard Lee and my couple of my sidelines, we went to San Francisco just to join one event for 3 hours. The whole flight actually took us. The whole flight took us back and forth almost about 35 hours, and the event was only 3 hours. But we learned a lot because there was all this doctor on here. You can see that especially Gary Samuelson, Dr. Ahiv was there. We learned a lot, and we shared a lot of things that with them. Especially we went to visit Dr. Ahiv's clinic. There's another thing I want to show everybody is stem cell is very, very forefront of the medical science. You know, if you got sore shoulders, if you don't grow any joints, anything, they inject the stem cell in there. Stem cell, which is we call the naive cell, it can become any cell they want as long the original the mature cell are communicate with the stem cell. So that therefore the stem cell, once inject into your shoulder cell will start talking, to the stem cell, and eventually the stem cell will becoming the cell exactly like in your shoulder. This is one of the most miraculous, I think, discovery in the medic world. But that, you know, we went to his clinic, and his clinic in San Francisco is the most forefront, which is one of the best stem cell treatment center. Now, if the stem cell treatment is the most forefront treatment in the medical world, but the stem cell needs one thing. I think everybody knows what they need. They need to communicate with your cell in your body. So how are they going to communicate to each other? They need redox. They absolutely need the redox to communicate each other. So that's why we went there. And did you see this photo here? Sorry, I keep having that bad habit clicking there. If you see on the right side, so I don't have a highlight today on my computer. I don't know why. If you see the bottom right two photo in the corner, you'll see ASEA, and you will see Renew among all those things they're putting there for their patients. You will see, yeah, this is one of the top most advanced stem cell treatment center. If they put our product there, I think for 99.9% of people are pretty much safe to drink it, and it will benefit us. There's no doubt that. You know, it's also give a lot of impact for the sports as well. Sports person, we have a lot of ASEA athletes, which you can go to ASEAathlete.com and to have a look. There's a couple of we want to mention, especially Cody Miller, and those guys, they are not actually, they don't get the medal, they don't win the medal, then they're drinking ASEA. You know, we're not one of those companies. Here, we'll give you $1 million, please drink our product and take a photo. Those guys has been Cody Miller. We went to a convention last year. Cody Miller have been drinking ASEA since like 2012, something, which is, you know, he went to Olympic 2016. That's 4 years before he went to Olympic game. He was only like 13, 14. He started drinking these. He drink these, then he becoming the world champion. So this is a very big difference. Yeah. So you know, there's a lot of pictures online. You can Instagram as well. You can see a lot of athletes, and you know, we all want to achieve our potential. We might not going to be swim or running or bicycling as fast as those guys, but ASEA give us a chance to achieve our health potentials to be the best we can, to perform the best we can in our age. This is very important, I think, for everybody as well. This is Miss Universe. They've been 2016. They've been promoting our product as well. So 3 months. 3 months is the correct expectation. So if you're new today, I don't know how many new people here today. If you're new and if you decide to take this product, give a try, I'll strongly suggest take 3 months. 3 months is the correct time. If you just want to drink a month, please don't waste your money, because you're gonna drain your 120 or 130 US dollar into the toilet. Yeah, don't do that. Do this for 3 months. Get 3 cases. You have nothing to lose for the first 30 days. Company offer 100% refund for the first 30 days. So who can benefit from ASEA? We've got health and wellness, sports and athletes, and beauty and skincare. This is a $1 trillion market. So I don't know if you can see this page. My doctor, actually, when I showed this to my doctor, he's like, yeah, this is like dinosaur age. What do you mean by dinosaur age? This is, we talked about 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. That's how we live our health life standard. Our health life standard was taking as many as vitamin pills as you can, taking as many antioxidant pills as you can, all these powder, drinks, but now it's gone. This is dinosaur age. So we need to treat our cell better. Once our cell are better, you can just take your normal daily routine dietary and you can get enough nutrition. ASEA has been open in 26 countries. So it's not something just new and we made in our backyard and try to distribute it around in the world. It has been open 4 countries in Asia last year alone: Hong Kong, Taiwan, Singapore, Thailand, and this year we opened the Philippines. It's going to be Malaysia is going to be open end of the year. So it's a very exciting time ahead of us. So as you can see, 2017 and 18 is a very inflection point. That onwards, ASEA is really taking off the people who start using the ASEA. The first 10 years is a very solid foundation for the company. If you want to in doing this as a business, you want to know this is the right time. And if you haven't heard ASEA, you want to try it at the beginning. Try for the 3 months. This is the right time as well. And ASEA is being founded. I want to talk about Werdus Norton. He's the founder of the company. He is the CEO of the CEO in Kraft Food. If you don't know Kraft Food, look at the logos, And so if I walk in any supermarket in Australia or in the Coast and Woolworths, we call in Australia, the supermarket, the giants, and you can see pretty much maybe over 50% of the product on the shelf is theirs. Oreos and stuff, things we have to see. So he's the guy who runs for Kraft for many years. He's a strategy CEO. So he only founded ASEA after he retired and when he was like 68. So you don't have to believe ASEA, but a world top CEO, he's not gonna joking around after he retires 60. He's not just going to make some salt water and try to sell to people. He knows what he's doing. He knows this is going to help millions of people. And that's why he's actually doing this thing. So where do you see yourself? I'm coming to the end of my my presentation, and you got retail customers, you got wholesalers, and you got business builders. So you got 3 categories. And this is that in ASEA that will brings you difference, but of course you can actually you can become any one of them. There's no pressure on it. And this is truly the international business. We got people in Americas, we got people in Asia, and these days WeChat, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn all can actually help to build the business. So it's truly an international business. Again, ASEA is, can help you achieve your financial freedom as well. It's a network marketing business. There's different ranks in the company, and ASEA has been paid 150 million. This is almost 2-3 years ago already. So so we've got different ranks. I'm just going to fast forward a little bit this part because this is not everybody's who interested to see, but we have different ranks in the ASEA career. Now I'm a triple diamond, and this is before 2017. Now after 2017, they opened the ambassador diamonds and the presidential diamonds, and there's different trips for everybody to join. that we have made a lot of millionaire in our company for the past 10 years and up to $10 million dollar income earners as well. And the you know, if we look at the network marketing business, it's one of the biggest network, the biggest business in the world. You know, and obviously United States is the biggest market, but look at the top market: China, Korea, Germany, Japan, Brazil, Mexico, France, Malaysia. On those top 10 countries, and those blue ones we haven't opened: China, Korea, Japan, Malaysia, all these big countries that haven't been open to for ASEA yet. Imagine the market is for us is infinite market. How long does it take? How much it take you to join ASEA? It's very simple. $60 is a lifetime membership, and there's $25 per year for your back office maintenance after that every year. So the first year just $60. And the first order won't cost you anything more than $300. So usually about $289. With you know, there's 2 renews, and for ASEA can get you to for use for a month, and 6 small renews you can give to your friends and test tubes, or you can just get 1 case of ASEA. Of course, you want to go, if you want to go for upper level, which is the business pack, you get 4 cases. It's very different, depends on your financial status now. But we usually recommend people start with the business pack for 400. I'm just gonna, yeah. So we all at the start of something big with a great purpose, and right now is the moment that we begin influence future, and this is the time. This is said by Vertus Norton. This is the end of my presentation, and I truly want to share with everybody that if you never heard about this product, you should really just, you know, get on a product and try yourself and give to the one that you love. This will change your life, and I've seen it with my family, my health, my wife's, my father-in-law's. It's yeah, it helps you know, tremendously in our life, our family life. I'm going to stay on a couple 5 minutes just to answer some questions. If you have any questions, you can always answer in the you can always write in the Zoom webinar chat. Yeah, I'm just going to stay here a little bit more. So yeah, you can ask me any questions. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Julia. I didn't know you were on the presentation as well. Julia is if you people here, if you don't know Julia Watts, she's one of the triple diamond in Australia. Her story of ASEA is amazing. It's very inspiring to everybody that the can inspire everybody. Can kids use ASEA? Absolutely, Maria. Because my daughter is using 2 years ago. My daughter was only using ASEA when she's 4. Now she sprays on the ASEA. She sprays ASEA whenever she got cut herself. She actually goes to put on Renew straight away. Yeah. So yeah, it's absolutely, there's no age restriction on this. Is only one of the few products that there's no restriction on it. Yeah. But yeah, all right, thank you everybody. I'm just going to stop sharing now. So but I wish everybody a good evening, and I'll see you guys in the Las Vegas. There's a event coming up. There's a couple of events I want to here to say. I don't actually have Julia Watts the flyer. I think she's coming here in Melbourne to do an event, and also there's events coming in Las Vegas, and you want to you can all find on the Facebook that there's a new Facebook that you can actually use. It's called the, I'm just going to log on to my Facebook. I just want to show everybody. Sorry, it's a little bit slow, my computer now. It's called a Redox event. So if you're in the Redox event, if you're going to Redox event, oh, there you go. There's mouse things. Just Redox event. This is one of the page that hosted by Australian Diamonds and a couple of other associates, and you can actually see all the events in that. Is a very new tool. You can actually go in and see all the events. Yeah, so Julia was, yeah, it is 24th of July. I'm sorry. Julia has 24th of July, which is in a couple weeks. I'm just trying to find Julia Watts events. There you go. There we go. So this is a very, very useful ASEA website. You can actually go and see all Diamonds events here. Yeah, please do log on. So and we'll see each other in the events. Yeah, have a good evening. Bye bye.